All right. Hi, guys. Good morning. Happy fucking Sunday. Tomorrow's fucking Monday. What are we gonna do? So, all right. I This story has been one that has it's affected me a lot because I know what it's like to have a family member that is incarcerated for long periods of time for absolutely no fucking reason, just marijuana. Um, I'm sorry, guys. I have to fix this. Like, I need to fix this shit. I think I might just end up getting a new camera because this one fucking sucks. All right, so I wanted to talk about Robert Brooks and what happened to him at Marcy Correctional Facility in New York. Um, my son's father was locked up there for a while before they moved him to Virginia. So let's see. He started off in Boston, then went to New Jersey, then went to Virginia, back to New York, and then he was at Terre Haute, Indiana, and then I finally got to move to Pennsylvania to the to Pennsylvania where he has like I don't know. I guess being in jail is being in jail, but I used to call those people up like every day. The fucking warden would tell people like if I called, ignore me, but it didn't work because I'd blow up their fucking phone. I even flew in once during COVID because I just wanted to make sure that he was all right. Um, all right, so I'm going to share this. I'm going to talk about Robert Brooks. And I just want a disclaimer. This is really bad. What they did to Robert Brooks is sick, it's twisted, it's criminal. And that's that. So let me see. Let's share Robert Brooks' case. God, story. This story just, I don't even know. I don't even know. All right, I'm gonna read it from here because I can't. I don't know how to move myself from this, and I still don't know how to use a fucking microphone. All right. Okay. Let's see. This case is about the deadly use of force. Oh my god, you guys are gonna think I'm fucking nuts. But does it look like I give a flying fuck? Nope, I don't. I don't. Okay, so this case is about the deadly use of force by the New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision. Um, Community supervision staff on Robert Brooks Sr. On December 9th of 2024, prison staff at Marcy Correctional Facility repeatedly punched, kicked, and otherwise physically attacked Robert while he was at all times handcuffed, restrained, and completely defenseless. Robert's fatal beating by the people charged with protecting him, a prolonged beating so severe and grotesque that it shocks the conscience. It occurred because of the ongoing tolerance of staff violence against people incarcerated at Marcy and other prisons throughout the New York DOC. Robert's attackers systemically and casually beat him to death. Other defendants assisted in the fatal beating by further in the fatal beating. Hold on, where did I? In a fatal beating by further restraining Robert when he was already handcuffed and then also later shackled. Still, Other defendants simply stood by and observed the fatal beatings as if it were a normal and common occurrence at Marcy. On information and belief, it was exactly that. Robert had done nothing to justify the use of any force against him, much less deadly force. Robert's killers were unaware that some of their own body worn cameras passively recorded much of the attack on video. Ain't that a bitch? As Marcy's staff brutalized Robert, they believed that their actions would never see the light of day. None of the defendants reported the attack. Instead, after killing Robert, they concocted lies to attempt to cover up their actions and then went about their daily business as usual. Sounds like Norfolk County. The video footage showing Robert's fatal assault reveals a chilling scene. It depicts several large white law enforcement officers torturing a bloodied black man who was restrained, helpless, and struggling to maintain consciousness. The perpetrator's brutality goes over and over the course of roughly 10 minutes. It continues past several initial rounds of beatings. It continues beyond one officer hammering Robert repeatedly with the heel of his shoe and another officer lifting Robert by the neck using a chokehold. The brutality continues even beyond Robert losing the ability to sit upright, and well after Robert falls into a state of semi-consciousness. Almost as disturbing as the video's depiction of violence perpetrated on Robert by at least 6 defendants is the demeanor of at least 9 other defendants who all stood by watching Robert's killing. Rather than making any effort to end the inhumane brutality, every staff member who was present casually observed Root's prolonged attack as if it were a routine activity. All remained calm and utterly unfazed by what was happening. Some appeared bored, others appeared amused, visibly smiling or laughing at what seems to have been a spectator sport to them. The brutal attack on Robert was very obviously business as usual for all involved. The video is frightening and very difficult to watch, but it reflects the dark and dangerous reality that individuals incarcerated at Marcy face on a regular basis. It reveals precisely what Marcy staff do to those incarcerated in the prison when they believe no one is watching. It evidences the rampant abuses that New York prisoners, as well as Correctional Association of New York, have reported and warned about for years. As Canny recognized, which is the New York Correctional Association of New York, Mr. Brooks' death cast a harsh light on the grim realities of life within our state prisons. Realities that have been documented for decades, for far too long. Candy's warnings that the lives of people in the NYDOC, whatever, are profoundly at risk, and those individuals' pleas for help and protection have been met with profound silence. Oh boy, do I know what that's about. My son's father had a tooth that was so bad. He was getting wicked bad infections, and they wouldn't even take him to go and get him checked out until I legit had to hire a lawyer just to get them to get him the proper care. After viewing the video of Robert's killing, state leaders and prison officials decried the officer's actions and publicly acknowledged the existence of systemic problems in New York's prisons. Governor Kathy Hochul, whatever, she's a fucking bitch, after viewing the video, stated that she was outraged and horrified by what she saw. She described Robert's killing killing as senseless and later acknowledged that Mr. Brooks and his family did not deserve this. The system failed Mr. Brooks. Whatever Commissioner Daniel Martuscello III also issued a public statement that watching the video made him feel deeply repulsed and nauseated. In the same statement, Martuscello, whatever, acknowledged that there was no excuse for the officer's actions, and he recognized the need for institutional change to prevent future similar occurrences. The overdue need for institutional change has been known to NYC leaders, including defendant Martuscello, whatever the fuck his name is, for far too long. In the wake of Robert's killing, Canny issued a telling reminder that it had been sounding alarms for years about the culture of violence at Marcy and the risks to Robert Brooks and others there. The body-worn camera footage depicting correctional officers killing Robert Brooks while handcuffed as other state employees look on is sickening and appalling, but not surprising given the reports of violence and abuse that Canny has documented at Marcy Correctional Facility and other prisons in the state. There can be no doubt that responsibility for Robert's killing extends beyond the Marcy staff present at the scene of his fatal beating. Robert's killers did not act in a vacuum. Their actions were the entirely foreseeable result of blank leaders knowingly maintaining an utterly broken system that condones, tolerates, or turns a blind eye to violence or on incarcerated people, as those leaders have done for decades. My son's father was assaulted by an inmate that belonged in a mental housing unit, and allegedly this mental housing unit was, of course, overpopulated, and this crazy inmate came up behind my son's father and stabbed him in his face, in his head. He almost got him in his eyes, got him in the back of the neck, all because he thought my son's father took his MP3 player. Robert's beating and death occurred precisely because of that broken system, which is undergirded by a sustained acceptance of brutal staff violence from the highest level of whatever. NYS, New York, you know what I mean. It has caused defendants and others who work at Marcy and other New York prisons to systemically engage in violence, including the violence that killed Robert. Excuse me. With this lawsuit, Robert's estate, on behalf of his children, seeks to hold accountable every individual responsible for his killing. Jurisdiction and venue. This is an action brought pursuant to 42 U.S.C. Section 1983, also known as civil rights violations, which is federal, to redress the deprivation of Robert Brooks' civil rights as secured by the 8th and 14th Amendments to the United States Constitution. This court has jurisdiction to 28 U.S.C. Section 1331 and 1367. Venue is proper in this district under 28 U.S.C. Section 1391B because the events giving rise to the claims asserted in this complaint occurred in this judicial district. Okay, so these are the defendants. Let's see. Anthony Farina, Matthew Gallagher, Nicholas Anzalone, David Kingsley, Nicholas Kiefer, Robert Kessler, Michael Fischler, Christopher Walrath, Michael Along, Shay Scoff, David Walters, Michael Mashaw, Glenn Trombley, and Kyle Dashnock, collectively with defendant he was a non-scene defendant. Our current or former employees of state of New York who worked at Marcy, all of whom were present on scene while Robert's fatal beating occurred. Some of the on-scene defendants directly participated in carrying out Robert's fatal beating. Others stood by and did nothing to stop it. Defendant Abadan Mekdad was employed by an as yet unknown private staffing agency to work at Marcy? Along what? Unknown private staffing agency? He was present on scene while Robert's fatal beating occurred. At all times relevant to this complaint, defendant Danielle Medbury was the acting superintendent of the Marcy Correctional Facility. In this role, defendant Medbury set policies, customs, and practices for Marcy, assumed responsibility for overseeing all aspects of day-to-day life at Marcy, and was responsible for ensuring the safety of people incarcerated at Marcy. So here we go. Facts. On the evening of December 9th, 2024, NYC staff transported Robert from Mohawk Correctional Facility in Rome, New York to Marcy and Utica, New York. Approximately 17 miles away. Oh, and that's what they like to do too, is they like to they like to keep you as far away as from your fucking family as possible. Like, how could I take my son to go see his dad in Terre Haute, Indiana, or Virginia, New Jersey, or I mean, they make it impossible. And that's why I get so fucking pissed, because it's affected me. It's affected my son. So fuck all of you who think I'm whatever. Video shows that sometime after his transport van arrived at Marcy, Robert was on the ground outside of a Marcy building with his hands handcuffed behind his back, while surrounded by defendants Kiefer, Mashaw, Kessler, and Kingsley. After defendants Trombley and Farina approached the group, two of the defendants lifted Robert off the ground and began moving him toward the Marcy infirmary building with his arm extended above his head and his upper torso parallel to the ground. The other four defendants in the group followed. You see him here? Look at his arms. He's bending over. Approximately 1 minute later at 9:22 p.m., Robert entered the infirmary building carried by three defendants. Defendants Kessler, Anzalone, and each held Robert by his arms, and defendant Kingsley and held Robert by both of his feet, carrying him in a contorted face-down position. Look at this. The defendants proceeded to carry Robert into the open door of a medical examination room, an examination room, and around which other on-scene defendants were already gathered. On information and belief, the on-scene defendants knew that there were no surveillance cameras in Marcy's medical examination rooms, and they deliberately took Robert to that location so there would be no recordings of what they intended to do to him. Inside the room, with the door left open, defendants placed Robert on an examination table face down on his stomach. One defendant used his knee and hands to forcibly restrain Robert's legs, while at least one other defendant used his arms to forcibly restrain Robert's upper body. Thereafter, over the course of approximately 10 minutes, numerous on-scene defendants continued to viciously batter Robert in a myriad of ways, without any provocation whatsoever on Robert's part. Robert's hands remained restrained behind his back the entire time,
leaving him no means to defend himself against defendants' attacks or soften their blows. The continued assault on Robert included, but was not limited to, the actions described in the following paragraphs that were all recorded on video. I'm sorry, I just pulled my note. Defendant Anzalone repeatedly punched Robert while Robert was on his back. Was on his back on the examination table, leaving his face bloodied and swollen when the defendants then raised his upper torso. Look at him. How do you justify this? Defendant Farina forcibly tried to shove a white cloth into Robert's mouth, while defendant Kingsley kept both of his hands grasped around Robert's neck, impairing Robert's ability to breathe. Did you see this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now he's handcuffed. When Robert struggled to move his head for breath, defendant Anzalone grabbed the front of Robert's shirt, and defendant Kingsley pulled back on Robert's neck as defendant Farina rapidly punched Robert in the face and neck or shoulder area with his hard closed fist blows, at least 6 times. After defendant Farina's initial punches to Robert's face made Robert fall back onto the examination table, Defendant Anzalone punched Robert in the groin or leg area at least twice as defendant Farina simultaneously continued to punch Robert's face or shoulder area. 30 seconds later, defendant Kingsley lifted Robert's upper torso back up off the table with one hand behind Robert's head and another hand around Robert's neck, so that Robert was again in a sitting position on the edge of the table. Look at this. Just look at this. Defendant Kingsley then proceeded to position both of his hands around Robert's neck and lifted Robert's buttocks up off the table 2 consecutive times by pulling up on Robert's neck. Defendant Kingsley then next repositioned himself by placing his right arm further around Robert's neck in a chokehold, and once again forcibly raised Robert up off the examination table by his neck. At the same time, defendant Farina threw away the white cloth that he previously tried to shove into Robert's mouth, removed one of his gloves, and examined the hand he had just used to repeatedly strike Robert. Defendant Farina then opened and closed his fingers and shook out his hand in an apparent effort to relieve the self-inflicted pain caused by his repeated blows to Robert's face and head. Look at him. Just look at him. How do you explain that? Defendant Kingsley then forcefully shoved Robert back down to a seated position on the examination table. Defendant Anzalone next proceeded to repeatedly beat Robert in the stomach with the back of one of Robert's shoes. Next, defendant Anzalone and defendant Kingsley pushed Robert's head and shoulders back down onto the examination table once again. Defendant Anzalone, defendant Kingsley, and defendant Gallagher then restrained Robert's upper torso while defendant Farina kicked his foot into Robert's groin. Defendant Farina shifted his weight to push his foot deeper into Robert's groin or lower stomach area for approximately 8 seconds, while the 3 other defendants surrounding Robert continued to restrain Robert's upper body. Defendant Walrath then joined the assault on Robert's groin area by holding at least one of Robert's legs to prevent him from closing them to protect himself. Thereafter, defendant Anzalone proceeded to punch Robert in the stomach. Defendants Walrath and Farina then forcibly restrained Robert's legs and feet with their hands as Robert lay on his back on the examination table, while at the same time, other defendants, including defendants Kingsley and Anzalone, applied pressure to Robert's upper body area for an extended period, further restricting his ability to breathe. When Robert's body began writhing, defendant Farina punched Robert 3 times in the area between Robert's buttocks and upper thighs. While defendant Farina was delivering those punches to Robert's right side, defendant Walrath delivered multiple punches to Robert's left side. While Robert remained on his back on the examination table with his lower rib cage are visibly extended, defendant Anzalone struck Robert's stomach twice with his hands, provoking no visible response from Robert. After being prompted by another defendant Anzalone then gave Robert a sternum rub. Robert's stomach rose up, demonstrating that he was still responsive to pain. Defendants, including Gallagher, then placed Robert's ankles in leg cuff restraints. While Robert remained on his back on the examination table with his hands restrained behind him. For an extended time thereafter, defendant Kingsley kept one of his hands on Robert's neck and his other hand on Robert's left arm, while defendant Anzalone used one of his hands to restrain Robert's right shoulder. During this period, Robert's body moved again with his ribcage visibly extended, and defendant Anzalone intermittently used his free hand to poke the side of Brooks's stomach and strike the side of Brooks's ribcage. Look at his stomach. Look at his ribcage. Look at that. Defendant Anzalone then shifted his weight to push his other hand down harder on Robert's right shoulder. Next, defendants Kingsley and Anzalone forcibly yanked Robert upright into a sitting position at the edge of the examination table by pulling up on his shoulders, while defendant Anzalone simultaneously dug his fist into Robert's lower stomach area. Defendant Kingsley and defendant Anzalone held Robert by the back of his neck to allow defendant Anzalone to deliver a hard, closed fist punch to Robert's stomach. Defendant Anzalone stopped supporting the right side of Robert's body as he stepped away to retrieve rubber gloves, leaving Robert to struggle to hold himself fully upright. Defendant Anzalone approached Robert once again and grabbed the front of the neck hole of Robert's shirt with his now gloved hand. Defendants Anzalone and Kingsley then forcefully yanked Robert into a standing position, lifted Robert's feet and body up off the ground by Robert's arms and shirt, shoved Robert into a closed window shade in the corner of the medical examination room, and pushed their knees into the back of his legs. Robert remained in the corner for an extended period, during which time defendants Kingsley, Kessler, and Anzalone continued to push Robert into the wall, apparently committing other abuses that are not visible on camera. Robert was eventually pushed down onto his knees, remaining in that position until defendant Anzalone wrapped both of his arms around Robert's torso and violently jolted Robert's entire body up off the ground. Thereafter, defendants moved Robert back to the examination table, where 2 defendants removed Robert's pants as defendant Anzalone gave Robert another sternum rub, which this time provoked no apparent response. By approximately 9:32 p.m., Robert lay motionless and apparently unresponsive, with his pants removed and his socks hanging halfway off of his feet. And the defendants finally ended their beating. Robert was eventually transported to Wynn Hospital in Utica, New York, where he was pronounced dead in the early hours of December 10th, 2024. Defendant's brutal assault, described above, was the sole cause of Robert's death. Let me see. There was 14 defendants. And all on-scene defendants knew that Robert was being grievously harmed and was in obvious need of medical attention, but took no action to stop the assault or help him. The on-scene defendants, who were not actively beating Robert at any given time, casually entered and exited the room where Robert's assault was underway, posted up in the open doorway of the room, or milled about in the hallway immediately outside the room, while nonchalantly watching Robert's beating, hearing Robert's abuse, and engaging in conversation with one another. In the video footage of Robert's fatal beating, the on-scene defendants at times appeared to be smiling or laughing, and at other times appeared to be bored. Notably, none of the on-scene defendants in the footage appeared to be at all concerned at any time about what was being done to Robert, or about the fact that Robert was plainly deteriorating to a state of unconsciousness. Despite seeing, hearing, and otherwise knowing that Robert was being beaten to death, all the on-scene defendants failed to intervene to stop Robert's assault at any time, despite having ample opportunity to do so. All the on-scene defendants were likewise deliberately indifferent to Robert's obvious need for critical medical care that could have saved his life. The indisputable fact that over a dozen people casually carried out or watched Robert's fatal beating without even bothering to shut the door of the room where he was being killed reflects that institutional tolerance of staff brutality against incarcerated people permeates Marcy, and on information and belief, other institutions in the NYC DOC system. Governor, she fucking sucks. As defendant, the responsibility for Robert's killing extends beyond the Marcy staff present at the scene of his fatal beating. Robert's killers did not act in a vacuum. Their actions were the entire foreseeable result of maintaining an utterly broken system that tolerates staff violence against incarcerated people, as NYC DOC leadership has done for decades. Defendants Martusa and Medbury are liable for Robert's death because they were each aware of and deliberately indifferent to the substantial risk of serious harm to incarcerated individuals like Robert. On information and belief in the period leading up to Robert's killing, a custom or practice existed across NYC DOC and at Marcy specifically, or of correctional officers subjecting incarcerated people to unprovoked excessive force, often with either the direct involvement or tacit approval of sergeants or other higher ranking individuals, and then conspiring to cover up their misconduct. This custom or practice posed a substantial risk of harm to incarcerated individuals like Robert, and was a moving force behind Robert's killing. At the time of Robert's killing, this custom was so well settled and widespread that the on-scene defendants were emboldened and indeed encouraged to brutalize Robert with impunity. The on-scene defendants were confident in the knowledge that their misconduct would be easily concealed and would not be subject to any meaningful scrutiny. On information and belief, the supervisory defendants were personally aware of this dangerous custom. As discussed in further detail below, it has been thoroughly documented, publicized, and confirmed, among others, independent research organizations, federal and state prosecutors, criminal and civil juries, the news media, internal complaints by incarcerated people at Marcy, and multitude of civil rights lawsuits. That fuck, I gotta fix this shit. Let me see. Rampant abuse of incarcerated people at Marcy staff. Well before Robert was beaten to death, the supervisory defendants knew that people incarcerated at Marcy faced a substantial risk of serious harm at the hands of correctional officers. In October of 2022, Candy conducted an in-depth 2-day monitoring visit at Marcy, 2 fucking whole days. During the visit, Candy interviewed over 100 incarcerated people, met with executive staff and medical staff, and union reps, and visually inspected the facility. In July of 2023, Candy published a comprehensive post-visit briefing and recommendations report. As reflected in the report, incarcerated individuals at Marcy reported rampant abuse by staff, including physical assaults, and a significant number of instances of racialized abuse. Candy found a higher instance of staff abuse at Marcy compared to other NYC DOC facilities. Specifically, the report indicates that a shocking 80% of respondents at Marcy reported having seen or beaten personally, subjected to verbal, physical, or sexual abuse by staff, and 70% reported racial discrimination or bias. The Candy report further documents that people in general population units detailed experiencing or witnessing a range of abusive behaviors by staff, such as physical assaults in locations where cameras are absent, including between the gates, in vans, and in showers. They also described staff engaging in verbal harassment and using pepper spray. Emphasis added. Hold on, I'm trying to fix this fucking chair. And now I gotta move it like this. The Candy report further documents that people in general population with detailed experiencing or witnessing a range of abusive behaviors by staff, such as physical assaults in locations where cameras are absent, including between the gates, in vans, and in showers. They are described staff engaging in verbal harassment and using pepper spray. The Candy report quotes one incarcerated person as saying, "Physical abuse is rampant. The CO told me when I got here, this is a hands-on facility. We're going to put hands on you if we don't like what you're doing." The Candy report quotes another incarcerated person as saying, "Vibes in this jail with staff are off. They brag and intimidate." I gotta tie up this mop. They brag and intimidate us about the number of people that they've beat or sprayed. Beat or sprayed. Let me see. Yeah, well, I don't give a fuck. The Candy report reflects that Marcy's incarcerated liaison committee reported a pattern of staff regularly engaging in physical abuse. In addition, Candy monitors observed a pervasive culture of fear and retaliation at Marcy. On the second day of Candy's visit, several incarcerated individuals confided in Candy monitors that staff had walked through
the housing units the night prior, announcing threats of physical harm in retaliation for speaking with Canny. Notably, while incarcerated people at Marcy reported rampant physical of staff abuse, especially in locations without cameras. Let's see. These guys ended up going to jail. Let's see. Where does it say? Correctionals. In September of 2020, defendants Trombley, Farina, and 3 other Marcy officers brutally attacked Alvarez. The attack began with an officer pepper spraying Alvarez without provocation while Alvarez was cleaning floors in a shower area. The officer ordered Alvarez to a vestibule away from the incarcerated individuals, where he stood with his hands against a wall while defendants Trombley, Farina, and 2 additional officers beat him. The officer slammed his head against the wall multiple times, handcuffed him, and then kicked him multiple times in the head and body as he fell to the ground. During the attack, Alvarez heard officers laughing, and no one intervened to help him. The beating caused fractures to Alvarez's face so severe that they required surgical repair and left him with a permanent facial deformity. His attackers also shattered his ankle bone, which likewise required surgery. And then we have another one. Adam Bauer also strongly corroborates findings about Marcy. In February of 2020, defendant Ancelone and several other officers brutally attacked Bauer in a bathroom at Marcy. During the attack, an officer punched Bauer in the head, threw him to the ground, and kicked him in the side. Defendant Ancelone and 2 sergeants entered the bathroom and either joined in kicking Bauer or witnessed and did not stop the attack. At one point, one of the sergeants smashed the clipboard over Bauer's head, leaving a deep laceration. Bauer's attackers then brought him to the Marcy Infirmary, where defendant Ancelone kicked Bauer's feet while he was forced to lie face down on the floor and took photo of Bauer's injuries depicted in below. To cover up their brutal assault, the Marcy officers concocted a series of lies about how Bauer sustained his injuries. The lies they told were various medical personnel, including that Bauer's injuries were self-inflicted, that the injuries were inflicted by another incarcerated person, and that the injuries occurred by a seatbelt. To further try and cover up their misconduct, the officers fabricated disciplinary charges against Bauer, threatened him to not disclose the assault to anyone, and then placed him in solitary confinement. In 2022, Bauer filed a lawsuit in federal court detailing the above facts of his assault and the subsequent cover-up. The extensive contact of New York civil rights attorney Amy Jane Agnew has had with incarcerated individuals and staff at Marcy since 2019 further corroborates the Canny report. Agnew represents dozens of individuals at Marcy in connection with class action litigation against NYC DOC. Agnew's clients have consistently reported experiencing retaliation and violence when they attempt to assert their legal rights. Marcy staff have also retaliated against Agnew personally for helping her clients expose misconduct at the facility. Marcy staff has left threatening notes on her car, eavesdropping, and all right, let me see. Beginning with a front page story in 2015, the result of a near fatal beating by officers of Attica Correctional Facility, George Williams sustained a broken shoulder, several cracked ribs, and 2 broken legs. He also had a severe fracture of the orbit surrounding his left eye. And then we had Sam Harrell Harrell and other people incarcerated at Fishkill Correctional Facility. My son's father was there. They were subjected to an organized beat-up squad, which consisted of a group of officers notorious for committing gruesome and unjustified assaults on incarcerated people, and thereafter engaging in elaborate cover-ups of their misconduct, similar to the beat-up squad that William Alvarez testified in 2023 had beat him and others at Marcy. The beat-up squad unjustifiably attacked and brutally killed Harrell in a prison building that was long singled out as a violent place. In December 2020, various Fishkill staff settled state and federal court claims. Ramon Fabian was brutally assaulted by an officer at Ulster Correctional Facility as part of a troubling pattern of brutality that occurred, according to Canny, Leonard Strickland was pushed down a flight of stairs and viciously beaten nearly to death by a group of officers at Clinton, fitting yet again into a troubling pattern of savage beatings by corrections officers at prisons across New York State and Department. I'm sorry, but it's more than New York State. Then there was another attack on Kevin Moore in 2013. I just can't. All right, so let's see, what can we do here that will make Sunday fun day? What does Diana have here that she can? Tyler Robertson, application for order of wiretap. I have so many investigations going on here. Wait a minute, let me see something. I don't think I want to get into Shane right now. Because I'll probably end up crying. Let's see. What do we got here? What can I give you that? Let's see. Oh, where's Justin's? Okay, here we go. I'm going to show you guys. No, we don't want that. Let me see. I don't know how to do this, so please give me a minute. Okay, this is Shapiro Rear Door. So how the fuck? Send to my phone, share with Outlook. Let's do share with OneDrive. Okay, let's see if this will work. Okay, nope. I wanted to show you guys files of the shit with Just En Route. Or I know what we could do. I know what we can do. I know what we can do today. Let's read some sex cult chats. I don't fucking like this camera. I really, really don't. It's for sale. Whoever wants it. Highest bidder. Money goes to the First Amendment. All right, let me see. Google. Oh, thank God that saved my fucking shit. Okay, let's see. What's Diana got to share today? Have we heard Lauren Vellucci talking shit about Diana today? Has she talked about shit about Diana today? Do I have to go check? She went on at midnight last night, so maybe she was waiting to see if what I was gonna say. All right, let's see. We're gonna have some good sex cult chats here. Let's see here. Okay, so here we go. Let's go on some sex cult chats. Here we go. All right. What the fuck's going on here? Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Share. Okay. Let's see. So this is from a sex cult chat room, and I guess you're not supposed to screenshot, but rules don't apply to me. All right, I do whatever the fuck I want, when I want, how I want. Okay, so Mr. Monk apparently said something, and a response by a Josephine was, "I don't care that Karen associates with anyone. She could be the biggest bitch in the world, but I'd still support her because what happened is wrong, and I want the McAlberts to go down." Then Scott McGinnis, I saw your comment. Scott McGinnis was a very, very vocal sex cult member. I mean, I try to keep my personal opinions above it, above approach, but I have to go on this one. It says, what's worse, Diane, is Mike is simultaneously streaming on his stream with super chats turned on. You don't fucking say, bitch. There I am. Okay, then it continues. Eileen, I meant Nick saying that the Read Files YouTube isn't going to be a live channel. That fundraiser was live. Hi, Aiden. Not starting till 10, Karen. Aiden's not here yet. Yes, the fundraiser is live, but the Read channel will only be restreaming lives and or pre-recordings, I assume. How the fuck do you know? It just had a jump in donation. That was Nan opening her wallet for a lay. Let's see, what else? Oh, we're talking about Runkle? What did Runkle do? Runkle, the only one left worth watching. Oh, okay. Nick Rocco said on X that this is not their first stream, and they are just restreaming it, not hosting it. Eileen, I meant Nick saying that the Read Files YouTube isn't going to be a live channel. But that fundraiser was live. Hi, Aiden. Let's see. Okay, here we go. She's talking about Rotten Mango. In her interview with Rotten Mango, it was clear she went out of her way not to mention TB or thank the movement. I'm glad the Nazis didn't convict her and hope she winds her civil cases. I think wins. But she's a bitch and will never receive my support again in any way. Neither does she fucking want it, whore. I was watching through the Read Files, but somehow Mike Crawford wasn't charged. Good. It's the only way. Let's see. Naniel, thank you for the, okay, Naniel, Peter, amen. James looked bad on there. Oh, we're talking about my boy James Jackson now, huh? James looked bad on there, could not sit still. Aiden said he's going to do one for her, and I can't wait. James Jackson is a fucking idiot. Also, Jenna Rocco made comments. The chat that the Read Files is not going to be a live streaming channel. This is fucking... You guys think I'm nuts. I don't care. Okay. I don't give a flying fuck. I don't give a flying motherfuck. Okay. And she's wondering why she can't raise shit. Had she not decided to take the path she has, it will be well over 6 figures by now. Oh, but wait. Turtle Boy kept those 6 figures. Did Karen come on? No. Did this just start yet or no? I'm in Aruba and it just keeps spinning and spinning. But I think I'm an hour ahead, so it may not have started. All right, let's see. I also wish Runkle had declined the invite. All right. Cocker is out there. I'm out. Perfect timing to get my Stanley and in bed for the real show. I don't watch Karen's channel until she loses all the idiots she's attached herself to. Let's see. Peter, I think 1.3K was the max views. I hope AJ sees the chat because this ain't it if they really need money. Nan looks like the girl from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Ugh, her voice is terrible. I've been watching the fundraiser on mute and I still can hear the voice. These fucking people. James, stop hogging all the drugs. Let's see. I hope Karen, Nick, and Alan paid attention to their comments for the next one. I doubt it. Hold on. That's what they just said on the fundraiser. But I don't listen to anything until I hear from Aiden or Melanie Little. Melanie Little, go suck some fucking dick. Oh my God, Daniel! Why does Karen associate with those asswipes? James Jackson, really? A fucking junkie? What the fuck? The fundraiser was a total embarrassment. James Jackson is a retarded loser. That wasn't a fundraiser. That was a DE fundraiser. How did it progressively get worse? James Jackson on some good shit. He couldn't stop twitching. James, stop hogging all the drugs. I swear to God, you motherfuckers. I'm furious watching the fundraiser for Karen. It really is too bad. I hope you do a fundraiser for. Oh, okay. So now I'm getting fucking pissed. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go and we're going to find the Lindsay Gattani files. That is on my Google, which we happen to have right here. Would you believe it? All right, we're going to read you Lindsay Gattani's fucking shit and see if you people fucking believe me or not. Hang on. Lindsay Gattani. Oh, wait. What's this? This is Bear Whitey. This is, okay, we can do this. Let's see. Here we go. Share. All right. This is Bear Whitey. Now, this account was like 2024, I think. And, okay. This was just 3 days ago that she threatened to share the revenge porn earlier that day, though. She posted about spanking Turtle Boy. She was flirting with yet another McAlbert parody account. Shout out to this super. All right, there's got to be some good shit on here. Okay, what does this say? I feel so fucking bad. I want to apologize to Mike. Apologize and offered Krusty to. No, I got some good shit. In May, she really spiced things up. Don't worry, girl. She has your public records too. Part 2 coming next week. It's on. I have her public records if she wants to keep trashing me. Trash me, you fucking whore. I guess these food stamp 5 share everything. Leave Grant alone. After throwing a tantrum about M and Jen Altman, she transferred her anger to TB and conspired with the worst. Okay, you guys, we have to we got to find some better shit. Hang on, this is like no. Let's see. Very what shared with me. Lindsay Gatuni. What the fuck is up with Cossie G, man? That guy's a fucking straight widow. Okay. Here we go. Oh, no, that's Lindsay Clancy. We don't want that one. No. Wait, what's this? Celebrate report? That's not a good one. I sent that one to Yannetti. Lindsay Gatani. Hey, listen, it's fucking Sunday. Don't give me a hard time. What's this? Chris Albert, 1994. Okay, so this goes all the way. All right, let's see. All right, I think we got better stuff here. That's Bear Way. Answer, Lindsay Gatani. Okay, hang on. All right. Now, this is what's going to get him. All right. Diana, seriously? Okay. Is this it? Is this his? Okay, here we go. This shit, I'm not going to read word for word, but there's some good shit in here. Okay, so Gatani, statute of limitations. This court has over broils during that day in the morning of December. Let's see. During that day and into the morning of December 23rd, 2023, Carney began a series of harassing communications towards Gatuni. Kearney sent Gatuni highly sensitive judicial documents and made other implied threats until Gatuni provided information to Carney. On the morning of December 23rd, 2023, Carney asked Gatuni to install the Signal Messenger app. During the interview, police demanded to view all intimate videos and photos on her phone of Gatuni and Carney. Now, there's a part here that she... Hang on a second. There's a good part here somewhere. No, that's not it. Where the fuck is it? Lindsay Gatuni, you are a fucking whore. No, hold on a minute. Share it with me. This is like not cool. Yo, I'll get this together one of these days. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to set up some sort of I don't know, agenda, maybe? Or maybe we can go pick on some motherfuckers on YouTube. Who knows? Let me see what I can find. What is this? Oh, this is Salvador Ramos emails. Tyler Robertson. I was looking into that one too. Oh, here's this is Justin's car. Look at that. You see that? He lost one tire there and he lost another tire in the front. And see the blood right here? There's all blood. And then they try to say that these were two guns, but they weren't. This was just like a pellet gun. But he bled out in that car. He was shot first before he got into the vehicle and then took off. Look at that tire. Look at Godin. This is the one right here. Godin. Firearm discharge investigation team. They try to blame him for fucking stupid ass shit that he didn't even do. Maybe I can. What's that? Who wrote this? This is from fucking Morrissey. Other important points that were not enhanced upon, and I don't think the jury will pick up on. Karen told Yuri and Mike that she had broken her taillight the night before in front of her parents, who were not refuting it, but didn't know how. This is extremely important to the case. Karen also told people that her taillight was broken that morning on the phone before she left the house to search for him. I believe both the niece, Jen, and Matt heard this. Kevin Roberts testified to the taillight. Karen and Brian Higgins's number. If she was so concerned if John got in the house or if he was missing in the morning, then why in God's name did she wake up the niece and say John was missing and that maybe she did something when she already had a number she could reach out to that was present that night before? When was the taillight supposedly broken and planted? The tow driver was in full attendance until 5:36 when it pulled into the bay. The first piece of taillight was found. Okay, Karen's inconsistencies. Bullshit. Then, okay. I 100% agree with Trooper Proctor and his thoughts about Karen Read. She is psycho, evil, and a liar. Those were his personal texts that should have never been allowed into the courtroom. He is entitled to his opinion in a free country with free speech. His thought to be protected private life was unnecessarily invaded by the FBI because of false allegations of corruption made by the defense team themselves. We all know that they did not find anyone other than Karen Read responsible, and those findings, again, should have been never been allowed in the courtroom. Again, he talks mad shit. Fucking Morrissey. Oh, here's fucking Bettero. Like, this is a fucking joke. Like, his case has nothing to do with Karen's. Oh, this is Mackenzie Sharilla. Is this the one where she texts? Oh, this is with Grace, her friend Grace. Oh, this is her dad texting with her dad. Let's see. I got mad shit. I should X that out real quick. Oh, I know what I wanted. I have so many documents. All right, so this is defendant Austin Drummond. What did he do? All right, no, I'm trying to find the state of Tennessee investigation report. I'm trying to find some good shit here. You guys gotta wait. Give me a second, will ya? All right, so let's see. We don't have anything there, but Diana's full of juicy juice. Deposition of blank. We don't want that one. It's golden. All right, no, let's just en route. All right, you guys want to listen to some of this shit? Hang on. These are the Tourette calls.
Tango Delta 520 on 3.
Citywide EDTs to Channel 3. Citywide EDTs over to Area B. Citywide EDTs to Channel 3. Citywide EDTs.
All right, let me see. Which one?
Citywide EDTs.
Yeah, I get that, bitch. Where's the depositions of the cops? Norfolk DA. No, we don't want that one. We want this one. This is the security audio.
Super. 125. 65 with front. CPPD. Alpha 2 125. What do you got going on? Individual in the silver Volt just showed me a firearm, trying to shoot me. Weapon shown. What's your location? 25. 50 Fenwood front, the 15-minute state. Silver Chevy Volt. What vehicle is he in?
Like you don't know.
The
Gray
silver
Chevy Volt.
Chevy Volt. License plate 8FL 846.
There was no reason to run this plate.
8SL 46, is that correct? Correct, sir. He entered his vehicle, approached me. He
Entering.
showed me a firearm on it.
Show me a firearm.
Was nonsensical, not that.
He's a fucking liar.
Papa 2, Papa 3, you copy my last? Operations, I want you to write down his license plate. 8 Sam Lima 49049.
They get the fucking
Two-door,
wrong plate.
Just past you, Bill. 2-door heading down towards Francis on Francis.
2 doors or 4 door?
Registry, that's 8 Sierra Lincoln 049, 2-door Francis down to Brookline.
Yep, Chevy Volt, silver in color.
Registry.
125, he's taking a left on Vinny. I think so. Alpha 2 operations, we got Boston en route.
Affirmative.
125, can I get a description of the driver, please? He's going to be approximately 6 feet. Very thin, white male. Wearing a cap. Wearing a dark.
I want to try to get some interviews of the hang on, of the cops that were deposed. No. Okay, here we go. Here's a video of Just On. Now you'll see. I'll like navigate it for you a little bit. See, this is BWH here, and this is the security guy. Oh, there goes Just On. He's running across the street. That Coca-Cola truck got hit with a bullet. There goes the cops. Oh, shots fired. That lady runs back in. Oh, there goes Just On. That's the lady that tried to help. There goes Just On running. Here comes another cruiser. Then another cop. I think that was, here comes Just On. Look at him. How can you not tell that's clear? And when that cop ran, he fell. Fucking asshole. Look at this stupid fuck ducking and dodging. At least he took cover. I think he was the only cop that took cover during this whole fucking thing. It comes in. That's the security guard right there from BWH that lied and said that Just On showed him a gun when Just On had shaken his hand. He should be coming back around here. Okay, let me see. Let's see what else I got here. I know I have like all of his videos. Oh, we already saw that one. All right. No, I got so much shit. It's not even funny. Hang on. You guys gotta wait a minute. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find it here. Just on route report, documents, videos, pictures. I wouldn't be under pictures, videos, no downloads. Let me see. Is it in this one? I just want to see if there's pictures of Just on when he was. Oh, you fucking cocksucker. No, I know what I was doing. Sorry, guys. Just give me a minute here. I'll get it one of these days. Okay, here we go. All right, here's Just on. What the fuck? On down. What the fuck? Oh, Diana, what the hell are you doing? Okay, this is the chase from Brookline. Come on, I want to fucking share this with you guys. The fuck? It wouldn't be on Google Drive. No, it wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be that. 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 All right, this isn't even fucking funny. Okay, let's see if I open it. Okay. No, it's not. Is this it? Here it is. Okay. Let me start this over. I don't think there's any volume on this one. But this is one of the body after the shooting. You see Justin on the ground? Look at this. You see this? Look at this son of a bitch. Holster up. Fucking wonderful. I watched one of these cops. Now just watch. One of these cops takes their body worn camera off and then tosses it into the back of the cruiser. It, there's just Don's feet. He's a mess. Your mess is here. Fucking hate this. And if I'm being honest, this is the reason I started this channel. Because I want justice for Just Don Root. He was executed. 31 fucking bullets. 31 bullets. Did you shoot? Look, it's Just Don right there. Oh, right there. Please don't crossfire. He said, please don't crossfire. But meanwhile, here they are, like just unloading. None of them take cover. They're not aware of their surroundings. I mean, they hit a Coca-Cola truck, a valet in the eye. He lost his eye. Then we had 3 vehicles that were damaged. Yeah. Dip. You hear these motherfuckers say, do we need to stay? I don't think we need to, because they're the ones that are trying to dip, get the fuck out of there. Then the cleanup crew comes. Look at them. Right there. Just right there. Right there. Right there. Dead. Right there. Turn it on now. I'm still on. Liar. He said that Justin was driving slow as molasses, but yet on the report you wanted to say that he was going between 30 to 40 miles per hour. The fucking lie. Yeah, fuck you. Joe shot. Look at him. It was airsoft. Airsoft gun. Sounds like it was suicide by cop. Look, look at them. They're working on Justin as if they can help him. Riddled with 31 bullets, but they can help him. This guy. You see that fucking hero with his fucking gun still out? Look at him. Look at him. Look at Justin's car. Look. That's Justin's car. So you remember he lost that tire, then lost the other one in the back on that side. Surprised they didn't blame the black guy. And just watch how they put down the evidence markers. None of the evidence markers are in sequential order. Like you're supposed to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. They've got 1, 10, 11. Like they just throw them down anywhere. Should we go off at this point? No. Keep it rolling. They didn't even have the right plate. Yo, they didn't even have the right plate number. Let's see which ones do we got next. Um, I know what I need to do. Download it. How did I do it last time? Does anybody remember? Oh, here we go. Is this it? Yep, after show. I think this is it. Look, look. You see all these motherfuckers pointing at him? Where's the sound? Look, look. Look at that. Look at that. He's dead. Secure the hand. I shot him. Here's the good one. Let me say. Suicide by cop is what he said. All right, so this is the, okay, this is a good spot. You guys will see him. See, this is BWH right here. And he'll come and he'll park in the 15 minute. There's the juke that got hit by gunfire. There's Justin. He'll park right here. He walks out, says hi to the security guard. There's Justin. He comes right back out. There he is. There's Justin again. So look, he crosses the street. This is the lady that tries to come to his help, aid him. Look, he's just standing there. He's obviously having like a mental health breakdown. Now, look, he runs across the street because he thinks that he sees cops and he thinks that they're coming for him. Fucking McMenemy and Godin. There goes Justin right there.
Look, he's pointing that way for the cops to go the other way. Then here comes another cop. And Justin gets in his car. Let's see what other ones I got. Are you fucking serious? I'll find it, guys. Don't worry. Come on, D. Let's go. Fuck. No, we don't want that one. We want Axon body camera. Oh, this one's just 7 minutes and 38 seconds. There's Brenda Figueroa, you fucking cunt. Fucking bitch. Fucking bitch. I keep forgetting to share it. Is that when he throws the... There he is. I just turned it on after. I just turned it on after. And the guy says, you did? You shoot too? Shut the fuck up, you fucking loser. Just shut your fucking mouth. Suicide by cop. No, we don't want that one. Yeah, fuck you. Oh, here's the CVS. This is the CVS footage. This is like an hour long, but I'll try to fucking speed it up. You see when Justin walks in.
Trying to see when his car pulls up. Come on, Justin, where are you? That wasn't him, was it? Is that him coming in? I've studied these videos. I know like everything. Nope, that's not him. It's a fucking hour. I'm not. I think he's coming in right about now. Where's his car? Nope, that's not him. That's not him. That's not him. Oh, wait. I think this is after the shooting. Yeah. Here comes the cruisers. This is after he was shot. Look at all the people looking. Let me see. BWH. You fuck. Have we seen this one already? I think we've seen this one already. Hang on, let me see. I got depots from the cops too that I want. I gotta try to find those. Shapiro rear door. Let's see which one that is. I think we've already seen these ones. All right. Now I gotta find. Okay, bear with me here while I try to find the depots from the all right, close that. Just on files. Just on. Shapiro files for. Nope, that's not it. Okay, here we go. Wait a minute. Form homicide investigator. I'm just trying to show you guys what his is these photographs. Oh, this is only 1 minute long. That's the inside of the ambulance. Fucking nice, huh? Let's see. Can I Is there any way I can just move it? Like, instead of fucking constantly, like, going back, clicking back, clicking back, clicking back. All right, we're seeing that one. Already seeing that one. More of the ambulance. We saw that one. Oh, look. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, fuck. I fucking hate these people. I want to find the ones of his body. Oh, look. These fucking people. I swear to God. Is that just done? I haven't looked at these in so long. I'm like, it's actually kind of good because I'm brushing up on this. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, chain of custody. Look, these are the bullets that some of the fragments and the bullets that they pulled out of them. Look, there's that holster, that whatever he uses. The cops don't use that. The police always keep their guns in their holsters. They don't use that. Look, here we go. Look at his shoes. Look, his jacket's completely fucking torn up. Look at that. Look at his sneakers. Look at that. What the fuck's the point of that one? Oh, CIA. He always thought he was. Look. Hang on. There's some of his body that I wanted to show you guys. All right, that's got to be. They've got to be here somewhere. Dugan cell phone images taken. All right, we don't need that one. No, we don't need those. Those aren't the ones that I want. Hang on, guys. Where the hell are the ones? That's just that. I have. Where the fuck is it? I have everything. No, that's not just on. I'm sorry, guys. I will get this. I promise you. Just bear with me here. I ain't got shit else to do anyway, so. Just, that's a fucking sucky ass report. All right. You know where this has to be? This has to be in my I save it in so many different spots. So let me see. Google Drive. Fucking not. I know I have. I got everything. I've been through this fucking case. Like, I swear, I sleep it. Come on. All right. If I'm gonna fucking keep sitting here, I need to like figure out where my shit is because I gotta figure out where the fuck I put all of it. All right. I don't know what this is. Crime lab evidence. All right. Crime scene notes discovered. Measure to submit. I want to show you guys. Where did it fucking go? Go to second interview. Here we go. But where's the audio? You fucking idiot. Go then, you fucking piece of shit. Dude, I got. No, I think I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to like try to get this shit fucking Um, evidence collection log, evidence transfer receipt, officer discharge. I got. Oh, that's not it. Ballistics. Is this the one with all the pictures? No. Come on, D. All right, you guys, I'm going to put together a presentation for you guys. And I'll do another one of these later on. Where the fuck is it? Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go through. Wait a minute. What's this? No, I don't need that one. Like, isn't there a way to just like click fucking instead of having a. Where the fuck was I just now? All right, this is a hot mess. I can't continue doing this. Let's see, what's crime lab evidence? Notes, measurement logs, submission receipts. I just wanted to show you guys what I want to show you guys what his body looked like. All right, here we go. Police reports, homicide, victim information, defendant. He wasn't a defendant. Photograph arrays. I want the depositions. I have to find those. Video files. I think this one was a. Go fuck yourself. I swear I'll find it, guys. But I might have to let you guys go while I try to find some of this shit. And then I'll come back later. Dugan's cell phone images taken. We already fucking saw Dugan. Dugan sucks dick for beer money. All right. I had intel and tips, transcripts, media, Jay Broderick, miscellaneous, no response. Crime lab case file, no response. Why? Why? So this is the supplemental report. All right, guys. So this is what's up. I gotta go let my dogs out, fucking do a few things, and I'll be back. I'll be back later. I'll try to get like something set up so I don't look like a fucking idiot. All right. Have a good day.